when I was with the Malaysian Insider, we published books, so I had to work, with a lot of writers. And most of the writers tend to be politicians or people who are involved in political parties. They're really lovely people,
Yeah, very lovely people.
Well, there was one who added a lot of my stress, but that was before I joined team.
By the way, I was one of our columnists.
Yes, I recruited him. I recruited a lot of people to write, yeah? And he's no longer with Malaysian Insider. I introduced him to Free Malaysia today, so he's writing there. Should I mention all this? Anyway, okay. I worked with people like YB Mujahid Rawa and all that. They were passionate about a lot of things, about the causes, whether you agree with them or not. But I think when you talk about politicking in Malaysia, how you campaign, how you view leadership, it can be quite immature. I think a lot of people think that this is my cause, this is what I believe in, I'm going to shove it down your throat, so you just keep quiet and and that's not the way. And I remember I told YB this, I'm going to make you sexy. He said, Astaghfirullahaladzim, Dina, I'm from past. You cannot make me sexy. I said, no lah, but this is how it should be. And I'm just going to give you some tips, that I did with them. Some of the things, right? One of the things which I actually talked about with them is that, you are talking to a different generation of voters or would-be voters. A lot of them are internet savvy, a lot of them are educated. Even the pakcik-makcik in the kampung will get news from outside. This fire and brimstone way of politicking is not going to work.
Which is true. Even going to buy elections, even the stalls in the kampung has Wi-Fi these days.
Yeah. One thing, I'm sure you read about Pemandu, etc., etc. This transformational leadership, all kinds of leadership lah, GTPs and all that. When I go back, I think, how am I going to write these stories? Because there's just so much jargon. But the one kind of leadership that I really want, especially when you talk about managing religions in Malaysia, I really think we should be more compassionate. I know this may sound to men, oh my God, she sounds just like Oprah Winfrey. But I'm not talking about that. I just think that when you talk about things about religion, culture, you need to be a lot more sensitive. You cannot be angry. And if you are going to be angry about certain things, you have to use intelligence. That's why compassion must be intelligent. It must also be very... I think you need to know what's going on in the lives of real Malaysians.
How about logical?
It also has to be logical, but logic can be subjective to a lot of people. True. Yeah? So some of the things that I think, and what I've read also, is that if you're going to be a leader, and you're going to manage all this, well, at least, you can disagree with me later, yeah? The person, he or she, has to be a well-established and pervasive influence in his community. But he also has to have a reputation of being apolitical. When you bring someone from PAS or UMNO or PK or whatever, right, talking about faith, you already start thinking in your head, oh my God, he's from PAS, this is his agenda. Yeah. It doesn't work. I think when it comes, if you get someone who's articulate, who's smart enough, who's, I wouldn't say he's a centrist, but at least he can see, the forest for the trees.
Yes, right.
That would be good, yeah? He or she also has unique leverage for reconciling confliction parties, including an ability to rehumanize relationships. The capability to mobilize community, national, and international support for a peace process, yeah? I have always said, if I could, though I don't know whether I'll ever get to do this, if I could work with a personality to work on this, these are the things that I would actually suggest, right? You have to be a responsible and ethical leader, and you cannot pander to, to popular sentiment. You've got to, as I said just now, you have to practice intelligent compassion in your work. Now, for far too long, and unfortunately, we Malaysians take pride in being politically incorrect. Now, in private or among your friends, you can be as rude as you want. But when you're talking about the national landscape, you cannot do that. Okay, you can poke fun at each other's, quirks and all.
Stereotyping.
But, say stereotypes. But the way things are right now, I think you're just asking for trouble. And it doesn't help when politicians from all parties come up with some interesting remarks and go, my God, you're a politician, you're a leader, you should not be saying things like that. You are a leader, you can't do this. You have to be fair and objective. I know you're panas baran, oh, I'm very passionate about this and all that, but do a lot of deep breathing, yoga or whatever. You have to be fair and objective. Huh?
Yoga haram already.
Okay. Deep breathing, I do that a lot. Okay? Right. Now, I noticed one thing as an editor, or as a former editor, when I dealt with columnists, when a certain personality writes or comments on a situation, especially a religious situation, right, and they come with a certain agenda, it actually worsens the situation. I can see their point of view. I don't agree with this, but I think there are ways that you can actually use language so that the message comes across without, I wouldn't say offending, because you want to also inspire debate, but there are ways to communicate, yeah?
How about don't sound too holier than thou?
Could be that. I also noticed that, again, a lot of writers tend to want to address to a certain elite or a group. And, when you talk about branding, right? Okay, I used to be in PR. I did corporate PR. I sold also, shampoos and all that. Let's just use shampoos, okay? You've got to find the values of a shampoo that would attract the person to buy your product, Okay, let's just say like you're a socialist, yeah? I don't agree with it. Everyone's an idiot. But you are talking to a crowd that takes pride in its belief in faith, in culture,
okay.
Right? You have got to find values. You cannot just be. It's insane that the way some people go on and on about certain things. Well, at least in PR marketing speak, you just don't do that. You just have got to find ways where we can actually manage these values. There are universal values that we all believe in.